to meet to
Greetings.
You guys were banning and
shall we listen to these idiots? I've already heard so many fucking lies already. Already, they are absolutely desperate, and it just shows you. So let me just say before we start that he has been very fucking quiet, and until his little fucking lapdog and his echo chamber's up and running, he hasn't said a fucking Scooby-Doo. Again, if you had any fucking legitimacy, you'd stand out and you'd fucking say it instead of just doing this up at fucking Ricardo's. He's already lied, saying that he knew me in lockdown. Go on then, Evil. You knew me in lockdown, did you? That's interesting. That's news to me, mate. Because I had nothing to do with you in lockdown. I wasn't even here in lockdown. It was around, I spent a bit of time at Darius's at lockdown, and you were just in there trying to get fucking viewers. Absolute lying bastards. So we got here, as if when he gets the third one will be Ron, I bet.
Oh, the 27-minute by sip. No.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. So Ron was one of the guys who came up to me and said he didn't want the same thing happening to him what happened to me.
That's all I want to say. Evil. Hey, look, they caught the.
So this is what they do, is they will put on one of my streams and then they will just make their shit, and they don't even play it. They'll play a tiny little bit and then they'll just make loads of shit up between them, and they'll sort of bat it between each other to make this fucking straw man. I'm only going to do a 10-minute thing because I'm not going to stay up watching this shit. I'm just commenting on their reaction. This is what they do. I thought that Evil would know better than doing this, because the person who I actually called out to in this said they didn't want anything more to do with it. They didn't condone this sort of behaviour, and they didn't condone this bastardising. So now he's absolutely desperate to say it's all lies. So let's see where he's fucking saying it's all lies, because it's all fucking true what I said. Every single fucking word of what I said is true. And I definitely haven't got my timelines fucked up. You knew me in fucking lockdown, did they? That's the first fucking lie. And then he's saying about I need white nights. That's very interesting, Evil, considering it's all blokes round here. So who am I supposed to talk to? You took the piss out of me for talking to fucking eBay.
Can you make it big?
Slurping, but yeah.
But then you will not see the comments, right?
Also,
No, you can.
Hey up, Antichrist of Queef.
At least give a little bit of a flow diagram.
Oh man, I will. They are like a bunch of old biddies that have been going. It's ridiculous, but it's the lying that I'm interested in. He's already gone in with like a good level of lies. He feels the need to come into. I have to pause my own fucking voice here, which is annoying.
She's trying to come up with the excuse to explain how she knows everything what we say, every time, every stream, whatever we do. She always knows. She's always on the top. But she want to make sure they make clear to everybody there that she doesn't watch us.
No, mate, I'll show you when I'm watching you. I'm here right now.
I'm here right
watching you.
Right now.
Yes, I'm here right now watching you publicly.
She has a live. Yeah. Oh my God. Man.
Oh, yeah. Well, because it's so unrealistic to you guys, isn't it? It's such a foreign concept that I might be busy. But the fact is, as well, fellas, is that you know that if I was on the internet as much as you wouldn't be doing this. Because you were scared of Albert, you were scared of Dean, because at first you thought you could fucking browbeat them out of the way, and they were just giving you just as much shit back as you were giving to them, and you didn't like it, and that's when you ran away and you got us to do your fucking work for you.
Right. He's gonna snipe us,
I am sniping you, you motherfuckers.
Hold on. She already been running her mouth everywhere, Evil. Can we probably...
I've been running my mouth everywhere. Just look back on my channel. This is the thing, Ricardo. There is evidence. You just have to see it. Just because your fucking mongs that you've got in your little troop don't bother looking anything up because all they want is a witch hunt, doesn't mean that all that shit isn't written up and all there. There are timestamps for everything. When the videos were made, you might think all these things are deleted. Oh, that was another thing. Oh, a Christmas special that gets deleted straight away. I wonder what that is, Ricardo. Was that the one where you and Dorshin were crying for an entire New Year's Eve and then you deleted it straight at the end? Because you're ashamed of your fucking anything that's true or real.
Well, she doesn't know anything about video games. She just pretended so she can come here and just download her
oh my word, Ron, is that your argument?
Her garbage of mine and her garbage.
So because I'm not playing 4-hour-long retro gaming streams, I did actually start. This is the thing, Ron, is that you know what happens when you try and do something yourself over here. And you can see, just look at my channel. The evidence is there. I don't even need, I can show, not tell. Just look, compare what I've done to what they've done. And then who is shouting their mouth off wherever they go? Who's the one kicking off all the fucking time? Who's the one creaming it off? Who's the one who's just defending themselves against all these fucking bullshit accusations? Who's the one dragging people in who said they don't want to be dragged into it?
Doing something positive, moving on from the teen drama.
I was, wasn't I? I was doing something positive, but how can I with you fucking idiots constantly dragging me back, constantly trying to feed on me because I was nice to you cunt once, and now you've dragged this bastard in who's got absolutely nothing to do with it. This guy, not Albert, but fucking Ron, was just so desperate to be in the gang that he will. And he's really good at whatever job he sets his mind to. So now he's decided he's going to be your fucking lapdog and say whatever you want. You want me out of the way, he's going to do that for you. It's as clear as fucking day. None of you have got any fucking personality apart from evil. And that's why they all fucking suck his ass. I don't want to let CP
drag me to the mud with her, you know, guys, because we know that she hangs with the pigs there, you know, with her pedo friends all the time there, you know.
Let's just have a look who's in this chat,
jerk,
shall we?
You know,
we've got
but yeah, guys,
Dorshin. We've got Dorshin, who they encourage, who is literally cyber stalking me. We've got various alts. It's all alts and Q's in there, but he blocked me so he can attack me and I don't have to see it. So I can't actually just catalogue it and show it up to his face anymore. So that is how fucking weak that these guys are. But this is the reaction for me. I'm just clearly stating it. I'm clearly stating it to fucking Cyrus, and I'm also going to clearly state it to all your other fucking fake subs that you're trying to hide behind. I'm going to be fucking tagging every single fucking one of them as well, because all of those guys are going around lapping this shit up. And they're not even understanding what it is that's going on here. I'm a fucking parent with a child. Of course I've got other things to do. And just the evidence is there. Like I say, it's show, not tell. You guys have to tell a lot, don't you? But actually, mate, just look at the fucking evidence. You're the ones doing this. I'm the one just fucking reacting for 10 minutes because I actually do have shit to do today that isn't this.
Go therapy or something,
yeah,
you know?
She starts saying, I am free of the Herbie Derbies.
I can hear me. Shut up, say, look, the thing is there for them to react to, and they are just using it. This is what I was saying in my video. They'll just put it on to give it an air of something real going on, like they're really reacting to something. But they'll not. They'll just make shit up. Like Ron, oh, she doesn't know anything about games. She just makes it up. Where'd you get that from, Ron? From the fact that I started playing a few little games and they died inside and reacted in the way that they're doing, and they're still continuing to do now. Do you know that any fucker could do what these guys are doing, and you all know that? Anyone, and I'm not saying I'm particularly good at it or anything, my fucking kid could do it, and they do, don't they? Everybody does do this shit. And he thinks he's special because he's got more fucking old games than me. Which, yeah, you have, but I mean, I've still got a fucking few old games. They're just all in a fucking box in the attic. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's where they go.
Born for that. Pedo CP.
Pedo? Calling me a pedo. How low do you have to get? How fucking reduced down. How do you just don't have any sort of argument? You've got the fucking stream up there, you've got the fucking video up there to comment on, and they're choosing to use it as a backdrop so they can call me a pedo, so they can try and make me worse than them, so they can try and save their face in front of their sub dink dinks.
I'm sorry for Haunted Wisp. Yeah, Evil, that's good that you brought this back. Yeah, go ahead, man.
And Haunted Wisp is a person that he himself says, I am disabled, I have paranoid.
Up on the panel then, Wisper, go on. You're dragging you into it now.
And Victor Vega, even when they move on from us, they were watching movies together, and then one day to the other was like, oh, Wispy, you go to their chats and say, hello, how you doing, guys? You're supporting them, my attacks, because I'm a woman.
Really? Yeah. Really? Is that what they said, was it? Is that what they said? That is not what happened at all.
Oh, Evil, let me tell you something that I just said.
So, what happened with Wisp was, he told me that he didn't want the same thing happening to him that happened to me. And that's why he was keeping his head down, but he was not happy about it because he just thought it was a bit creepy how things were getting forced. He was talking to me absolutely fine. He then was going over and reporting to Ricardo, very much like Dorshin and all those other people. So I just said to him, hey, what are you doing that for? Or something. I'll go back if you want and I'll have a look at the stuff because I've been over it before. Then he was literally, it was like a misunderstanding and he was sorted it out. Like, oh, I'm sorry, it was a moment of weakness. He was calling me a bitch or something. And or just joining in with those guys who were really like high level because they're very good at manipulating people and he just wasn't on the ball. So I was just like, hey up, mate, like, you know, and basically the upshot of it was we were absolutely fine. No problem. And all I said to him was to save both of us, to protect both of us. I'm just not going to communicate with anybody apart from like Vic and a couple of other people. I was like, I'm not going to communicate with anyone in the private. I was like, but you can communicate on my comments. We'll talk in the public Discord. I was like, we can do it, you know, quite happily. We had the cinema. Do you know what I mean? There was times when we could all talk when it wasn't just me and one other person. And that could be then used in the way that, say, Dorshin was using it to conduit to Ricardo because I had to protect myself. But that was too much for Wisp. And then it was just like, because of the environment that they were sorting out, that it was like literally you could come and trade any points on me for quite high prizes over there. And you can see he's still getting attention now. He's still being made into the main man now because of it. Because he then went straight over and reported on it. I mean, and that wasn't even, and he's sort of milked it ever since. Now, just to protect himself, it's just to protect himself. And it's like understandable under such stress, but it's kind of sad because this guy was my friend. He was actually my friend. I spent time with Wisp. But he thought that it was better for him and safer for him to trade me in. Now, we'd had pretty much a discussion about that while I was having that discussion with him, and it was completely fine. He was over there lying to Ricardo, saying I was having a go at him. We then carried on. We were having a conversation in Discord at the same time as him doing that. And he was fine with me. It was bizarre. And I was like, I can see what you're doing. And then we sorted it. I was like, I'm really sorry. I can't help it. It's a moment of weakness and all this stuff. And I was like, it's all right, mate. I was like, but what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to be really protective over the privet. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like people can't resist. They can't help themselves with this. The amount of offering. I mean, look at Ron. Look at Ron fawning over. He will literally, he's like a cat bringing a fucking rat to the doorstep. He will literally bring, oh, I've got this one for you now. Do you want to try this one? Just talk to me, guys. Don't leave me out. Fucking whore. So I don't call these guys any names, really. I just say that they're a bit monge and idiots and whatever. But this is what I get. Last time I fucking paused it, I was being called a pedo. This time I'm a fucking whore. Like, really strong argument from you guys, and you're really showing that what I've said is a complete lie, isn't it? By you doing this. Oh, and I see that you've taken off the stream already.
He threw what happened? I don't remember anything.
Just say CPE poorly written on her body. It's not like it's tagged or anything, or it's just a poorly made fucking painting, but not poorly made.
Hey, up, Rabbit Dude. Sorry, I've not
What are
been
you
on.
talking about?
This is a
That's a
big
stick
asshole.
figure.
This is a
What are you
big
guys talking about?
A stick figure. A stick
That's not a
figure.
Da Vinci. That's not a Da Vinci picture. Come on.
I
That's a
think it's
big
Salvador
Right.
Dali. I
No.
think it's Salvador Dali. Oh, he's
That's the
not-
Come on
cunt.
then, guys.
That's the
I'm
cunt
watching.
Alisa.
I want the reaction to the actual video. Where's all these lies that you're telling me about? You've come on with your little introduction of how much of a bitch I am and how many
Yeah.
lies I've spouted.
Yeah,
So
can you
come on
imagine
then.
flagging those things for no
Come on then,
reason?
guys.
What the fuck?
Flagging
Keep
those
the
things
pigs
for
like
no reason.
this.
See, look,
No.
right? Look at them crying about me, right? So once on a stream as a joke because of these fuckers and what they were doing and the disgusting art they was putting out there, I flagged him up and it was fucking hilarious, right? And he fucking knows it because he's a fucking joke. But you see, now he's going to try and cry about this and saying I'm bringing down his channel and all that stuff because he's too scared to fucking actually front up and say that to Albert.
Don't wear her words.
Running her IP around for the past like 6 months or something.
I've been running my yappy around for the 6 months. No, mate, because you know that the only reason you even go in on me is because I'm not fucking here. Again, I'll just say, just look at my uploads. Just look at my times. Look at the times when I'm around. Have a look around the area. Look at the streams where I'm around. Because I'll tell you as well, when I do go on those streams, and it's most of the time I will link that stream onto my community tab most of the time because, well, up until recently, because I wasn't able to just go in and interact and just socialize with people. And every single time I would be harassed either by Curia or one of his henchmen or by one of you guys. And every time it would be used as a resource for you to make fucking weeks and weeks and weeks of content over because you're so cheap and nasty. And let me just be clear again, Ricardo has fuck all to do with this, by the way. He is just attaching himself to this. And Evil's letting him because he's a toxic ex and he wants someone to help him. But this guy has nothing to do with anything. He is just literally, he wants everyone to think that I'm attached to him to prove to everybody that he's not gay or something. And he just has to do this. But now he's going to say, I've been running my yap for 6 months. Please show me the evidence. Let's look at yours, shall we, Ricardo? Let's have a look and see what you've been doing for the last 6 months, shall we? Let's have a look. Not to mention that your fucking streams take 6 months. Yeah. One about me, one named after the Crunch, another one about me, another one about Doshi because he talked to me, another one about me, another one about me, another one with 3 months. 3 months. Look, you know what I mean? I've been snapping my mouth off, have I? For 6 months. Have I? Have I really? Or have I been attacked for 6 months? You don't realise that there is proof. It's just because you hang around with people who don't care. But there are people outside who do fucking care. You fucking dickhead.
CP, let me speak. And the kitty.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. Just like you're on the internet.
Yeah, you lie, Ricardo. You lie.
7.
That's a lie.
Oh my God. See, look.
No, I won't.
So I'm going on. This is when's the last time I've done this? When's the last time I've done this? But for some reason, that's offensive to Curia because, yes, it is 3 a.m. Well done. It's 3 a.m. in the UK. That's right. I had a lovely, relaxing day yesterday. It was fantastic. And I didn't go on the internet once. I think I might have gone on a little bit, actually. When did I go on it? Oh, I can't even remember. But I did pop on for a tiny bit at some point. But I didn't do anything, really. And I went to bed really early because I was doing DIY in the house. And so after I'd had my very nice, satisfying day of DIY, I went to bed early because I was going to do some editing this morning. And in the wee hours is when I'm most creative. I was going to get a little beer and a little smoke and do some editing. But obviously these guys can't leave it alone, can they? They just can't leave it alone. Even though Cyrus has said he doesn't condone this shit. Leave it alone, can they? They just can't leave it alone. That's me. Ah! What the fuck? What the fuck? How's that happened?
Recipe.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you should apologize to Angela. I was like, what the fuck? Really?
Oh my god, is this what they're doing a stream on? So they're calling a stream to talk about something, which was a conversation which happened, which was one of my last streams, which was a long time ago. He's saying I've been shouting my mouth off for 6 months. That was easily 6 months ago after I'd even done anything. Oh, if they're just going to talk about this old shit, I'm going to get off anyway because I was only going to do half an hour on this. How long?
They're all humiliating her and attacking
Oh,
her.
humiliating
Right
me. No, mate, you're the
Yeah,
one who's
they all-
humiliating yourself by acting so cheaply, and I am going to expose you to every fucker going now, especially since you're trying to hide yourself behind these fucking mainstream situations and getting all your sub for sub bullshit and all this stuff. Mate, I'm going to fucking expose you to all those outside eyes because you are showing yourself so clearly, and I don't even have to fucking do anything apart from be here to show it.
No, the other one that goes to the PSG all the time.
Luis Pereira in the closet.
No,
Luke's
Ron,
Awakening. Luke.
No, Ron, our friend.
Oh, they're talking about the fucking Pee Wee League baseball team coach.
Eerie?
Like,
God
Big
damn
Pete
it,
Reed.
guys, you're missing.
No,
that.
the heavy metal gamer.
No. A guy that is in on our retro arch thing, Ron, please.
you're talking about the Hobo Albo.
No, who is that
Cheater
guy?
Joe. Cheater
Yes,
Joe 91.
It's dull, isn't it?
Piece of shit. that
Rabbit,
goes-
rabbit.
So they're talking
Oh,
about.
my God.
It's not rabbit the douche.
Yeah.
They're talking about old
I
shit.
got an idea. We
What?
can trading cards.
Right, so you guys, SGR, Retro GL, whoever the fuck you are, mate, you come in from outside and you're going to get tagged and I'm going to find out who the fuck you are, getting involved with all this shit and lapping all this shit up. I don't even know who you are. You don't know who I am, so why the fuck are you supporting them to do
Yeah, but we
this?
have a rabbit who did this back. Rabbit who did this back in the drum, all right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Before.
So,
that,
this is, so we've moved from, so what we've seen here is them giving the lies, loads of lies saying I've been going off for 6 months and just absolute pure lies and projection all the way through, and put my thing up as some sort of thing to excuse what they're doing. And very quickly now they're going to cream around the outside, picking off the crumbs of the actual drama of actual people who do actual things, and they don't just put the same record round over and over and over again. So I'm just going to give these guys one more little check to have a look at what they're doing, and then I'm going to sack them off because
takes everything.
they are literally
Probably
ambulance
showing
chasing
his
at this
mother's
point, aren't they? I mean, is
pictures,
it not evidence?
the
For
guys again.
they've got nothing.
So he can-
Hey, speaking-
Now,
guys.
not
guys,
only are they
speaking
trying
of,
to
rabbit
comment, just do a commentary on people who don't want anything to do with these guys anymore. They don't want to talk to these guys. No one wants anything to do with them. Anyone from the community, nobody, because they are the ones who've been fucking voted off the island, and they're trying so desperately to make it look like they're the ones who everyone wants to be fucking involved with. It's just ridiculous. So now they're doing a commentary on everyone else in the community because no one wants to fucking talk to him because of fucking Q, because he stinks. He basically is just a fucking psycho that fucking stinks, and he makes the whole situation massively antisocial because he's massively antisocial, and that's why he attracted Ricardo, because Ricardo was another one that was ostracized. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. And so now they're going to do a commentary on all of us lot. Q thinks he's got it made because he's got buttocks in his fucking pocket. And that's his only connection. And that's the only way you can do things is by trying to shoehorn people who are already mates. And that just shows the standard of his argument, if that's what he's going to have to do. So, yeah, there we are. It's a load of old shit at this point. But my point is that not only is it just a commentary on everyone, and this is going to go on for hours. This isn't just a quick one like this. This is going to go on for fucking hours. No evidence given. All the things that they said they were going to do at the beginning, showing things and debunking and all that, absolute bullshit, because all they have to do is put it out there and then people can work with that. And then they can sell it and bend it into whatever agenda they want as well. So they just have to put out the idea. They don't have to deliver any of it because you guys are all such fucking mongs. Not everybody, not all my mates and that, but all you lot in here. All you lot in here, mate. they've surrounded themselves with people who aren't going to question them, apart from Chudders. Don't know what's going on with Chudders, but no one asks any fucking questions, so that's all they've put their energy into. But yeah, my point was as well that not only is it commentary, but they have to hide it behind something else. They've said, oh, it's debunking, oh, it's all the rest of this other stuff. But actually, no, they're talking about old stuff to do with Rabbit Dude, old stuff to do with Angela, someone who doesn't have any time for anyone anymore because you guys are just so fucking stupid.
Share your mom's agenda.
She assembled the biggest band of retards right now on her live stream. It's Stevie,
It's called
Ricardo's Nest Cards, which is probably the Arkansas hick.
Yes, he's a pedophile. Yeah.
Dawson, and
I don't even know. Well, I'm glad you're telling me because I can't even see.
We have the power. Listen. We have the power. Listen.
And who have you got? Guys? Who have you got? You've got Cuya. You've got Dawson, who's a certified cyber stalker. Anti Herbie Derby, which I think is alt accounts. You've got Hyatt the Slob, which is another alt account, which I think is Captain N, which is the reason why you all kicked off in the first place. And I will never forget that pace. I will never forget that. Oh, this fucking thing. I don't even know what this fucking thing. Yeah, and that's Captain and the Games Master. So look at him projecting. And like, as if they care. They care about the views. They care about all that shit. You're just projecting. You know exactly what's going on, Ron. Well, maybe you don't, actually. Maybe you fucking don't.
So if Shinobi is not on the panel yet, guys, depend on us. We can control them in here and put it.
Well, don't worry, guys, because I'm going in a minute. I was only coming on to do a small comment on your patheticness. Because unlike you, I have got better things to do than sit here talking shit about old, boring shit. Oh, see, here we are with the old thing when I had one go at them. Now, the thing that's interesting about this song that they made, that they keep bringing the same old shit out, is that they are using, again, old stuff from their enemies. They haven't even got their own stuff. So these are the people who they've gone up against, and they are having to use their content that is old. And what you're proving here is that I can actually have a conversation and move on. And even with people who we've had to in and fro-in with, the fact that we've had a conversation, he never banned me. And I think towards the end, I never banned him. It was only when I was being under the fucking influence of you cunts that I did. So that conversation has moved on. And I mean, everyone's kind of talking to each other and everyone can kind of get on with each other. There's only you lot who've got this fucking we can all have beef and then laugh and rub up against each other and all that shit. But you guys are the really sinister ones. You are the ones trying to shoehorn people about. You are the ones just going over old shit over and over again. I've gone over my time that I want to do. So I'll give them 2 more seconds, and then I'll go and check the chat, and then I'm going to go.
It's like sitting like a quiet puppy while
Look at that fat, ugly dog. Like, I never said anything to those guys.
Dean, I love you, Dean. He's like,
did I? Where did I say I love you, Dean? Where did I say? Look at how jealous they are. Right, so anyway, I don't need to say any more. It's all there to be seen. Does anyone have any questions? Other than that, I'm going to go. With those guys, Chudley, I'll have a chat with you on a panel. I'd have a chat with you. Hey up, Giorgio. Hey up. I know, isn't it pathetic? I've got to the point though, Giorgio. I've said my little bit because it's just pure lies. And when I saw that they were just putting old shit on, just the same old shit. I mean, it's show not telling it. I don't need to fucking say anything. That explains itself. We can all go over and just watch these guys being complete sad bastards about someone who once I was nice to evil, and we're talking a long time ago now. We're talking a long time ago. I felt sorry for him, and I was nice to him because I felt sorry for him because he was being attacked by Dean. Now I know there was a reason why he was being attacked. And on the back of it, we've got all these Samwise Gamgee type energy people who just want to be like their little squire, you know. Yeah, well, the thing is, Chudley, is that those days are gone. I tried at the beginning. Ricardo doesn't want it. So there was one time, right, when right at the beginning where they tried to get me back. So they'd fucked me off. They'd been attacking me and all that rest of it. And then Evil, what happened? Did they go on a stream with me, or I ended up going on a stream with them? I was still going over occasionally, and it was Ricardo and Evil. And I went in to just be like, what the fuck's going on, guys? Can we sort this out? And I did. And they were fine with me. They were fine with me to my face. But what I did notice is Ricardo was constantly trying to get me to talk bad about Lewis. That was their plan. They were like, oh, we'll get her back in and try and manipulate me and get me to talk bad about Lewis. But I wasn't having it at the time. I was just not having it. So I just was like, I just was respectful to them. I was nice to them, but I didn't see that as a focus of everything. And especially it was completely out of the blue. It had nothing to do with anything. So why would it be relevant? So I just was like, took it at what it was. Like, okay, you guys have got your opinion, I've got my opinion, and we carried on. But that didn't sit well with Ricardo, you see, because then Evil was like, let's make it up. There's no problem. He had no reason to call me a cunt, and like this vitriol and hatred he's got towards me in this stream, in his voice, that was not there then. And now we're talking like a week after whatever event it is that they're calling it out, which wasn't, it was the big lie, wasn't it, that Ricardo made up, that I banned him from Red Bulls or something, which never happened. And he admitted was a lie. So that's what it all started from. And from all that, they've got themselves to a point now. I never did anything to Ron, apart from being nice to him. All this, and you can hear the vitriol and hatred in their voice, but it's the desperation to get the job done. They want me out. It's their job to do so. Definitely for Ron, he's been tasked that job by Ricardo, by fucking Cuya, and by Evil, you know. Whoever it is, the number one that he's wanting to impress, he will just assume what it is they want him to do. And he's just like, he just wants to be useful, massively useful to these guys. And they tell him exactly what they need to do. And it's pretty cheap, isn't it, what they need to do? So when I did do that, I went away, and it was within a couple of hours they were slagging me off again. No reason given. I'd been fine with them a couple of hours before on a public panel. I'm sure they deleted it. But yeah, it was fine. And that was right at the beginning. It's happened a couple of times since with Evil. It happened on my stream. It happened on Red Bull's stream. It's happened on various streams. And it's happened on his own stream. I went over there with Red Bull, and he was fine. But there's too many pressures on, you see, from external. You can see it from Ricardo. You can see it. Listen to his giggy people laugh. Listen. Just listen to it. Just listen.
Has anybody seen those movies?
Who's the one driving it?
There at the sniper.
Oh, here we are. Right. So now they've got the Cyberstalker on. Right. Now they are actually encouraging, again, after I've made that video, the Cyberstalker. So, yeah, I'll continue to bring this to the outside eyes. It's as clear as day. I've got a few people, a few communities who might be interested. So, exactly. Well, exactly. There's no question. There's no question, is there? It's more like who's driving it. Do you know what I mean? At this point, because obviously Evil got Ricardo in to do this job for him. And he was doing that because Tommy wanted a job doing, when you get down to it. And obviously Evil will do anything Tommy says. Ricardo won't do anything Evil says, but he will do at certain times because he's got a job he wants doing. So with Ricardo and Evil, it's more of a, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. But Evil is definitely in the driving seat because Evil brings the views and Evil brings the attention. Like, no one cares about Ricardo's personality when he's not, apart from Sub for Subs, when he's not like attached to Evil, when he's not securely got his fucking lampney fucking mouth around his arsehole. And now, like, you know, encouraging Dorshin to stalk me. So yeah, I'm going to get a load of shit for this, and it'll happen again. But yeah, you are all going to be exposed. Oh, thank you, Ricardo Nescarts. Appreciate that. I think they're being clever, but it just shows how sad and empty they really are. Exactly, mate. Exactly, and that's why I don't really need to go on about it. The only reason I did it is because I do I want to keep on top of it. Do you know what I mean? And even if I just download this stuff, I've still got to store it. I've still got to label it so I can find it and know which is the right one. And it's a pain in the arse. So if I just do this, then it actually connects it to that stream and it makes it a bit easier to do the reaction. And I can do this every time. Once I set that precedent, so that, I mean, they're doing this anyway. Even when I'm not here, they were making alts and that was Qya to make it up, to do it, because Q, and this is the thing that's the saddest of all, Qya blocked me because he couldn't stand for me to call him out on the things he was saying about me. So he has to do it so secretively and do it completely invisibly, right? But then on top of that, because I'm not even there, because I have got better things to do, and they can't believe it. Oh, she's got better things to do. Can't believe it, can they? Because they just haven't got that in their lives at all, have they? It's just crazy. But I don't give a shit. But yeah, because of that, because I haven't actually been here, Tommy, who's got me blocked, who can't stop talking about me, who can't stop going on fucking streams on alt accounts, not to troll, in a very sinister fucking smear campaign. It's a fine line, and it's a full-on smear campaign with that cunt. And on top of all of that, he has to make a fake one of me because he's already proven to me he can't handle actually talking to me. He can't even handle me calling out his bullshit. But so he has to make a fake one. What does that say psychologically? Do you know what I mean? What does that say about someone? About what is his life like? What is his wife like? What are his kids like? He can't deal with reality to the point of someone on the internet that he has to block me, try and get me out of everywhere, write all these fucking lies about me, use these fucking idiots to do so, and then make a fake one to still get something from it. That is the really crazy part about it. That and that is what I think must go into his real life. That is the facsimile. That is the false self. That is what he does to himself, and so he's doing it to me. It's absolutely crazy. Well, leave him to it, yeah. Ricardo's been green streaming alone on Christmas Day. Well, do you know what? That was my thing with Evil. He told me I saved him, and I think I did. You know, he was off on his own and whatever, he was being attacked. Or I mean, Qya would have probably saved him if I hadn't done. And I think that's what Qya was upset about, because he was on for this. He was on for this with Evil, and then obviously Evil got himself interested in some bird, so he didn't like that. So yeah, they will be. Why are you talking about RuPaul? Is that what they're talking about? Anyway, okay. So I've said my piece. We all know what we're looking at. It's obvious. It's old. We've been doing it for fucking ages. Thought I'd do it. Occasionally I will come on and I'll do these comments, but I will expose them. I will be showing them to outside eyes, because it's just funny at this point, and all I have to do is turn around and be like, have you seen Dorshin's fucking account? Have you seen that these people are encouraging him? And there's the starting point. So there we are. Well, the thing is, RuPaul always said that you've only got a small window of opportunity to make your play, and obviously that is what Ricardo knows. He runs by that fucking, he runs by that one, doesn't he? Anyway, thank you for coming, guys. It's been nice to see you. I'll keep it short because I'm actually going to go back to bed for in a bit, but I'm also going to do a little bit of editing on some stuff that I was going to do, which isn't even related to this. I was going to do my second Bullseye video. Hey! So that's what I was going to do. And I'll just leave these idiots to it. But I'll tell you who the most pathetic one out of them all is. Every single one of them, the most pathetic one, and that includes Dorshin, is Qya. Because he is orchestrating this entire fucking thing because he's so scared of reality, but he's actually scared of the internet as well. All right, then. See you later.